Grab your cards, well, you don't even need to grab the cards because you got them right on the iPad right here with Magic the Gathering. This episode brought to you by Stitcher Internet Radio. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here. Welcome to iPad 365, the show where we look at apps to keep your iPad in play. First of all, I want to thank everybody that sent out those messages on Twitter at iPad365. Yesterday, I talked about Firefox, and I talked about how Firefox is getting onto the iPad and what that could mean for you on the iPad as for a default browser. And, well, of course, only time will tell how Apple will handle that. But a few of you came up with some great comments. Please keep them coming over at Twitter, iPad365, Facebook, facebook.com/iPad365 as well. And then, of course, the email address is iPad365show@gmail.com. All right. Today we're going to be taking an old game and we're going to be putting it on the iPad. Well, they're going to be putting it on the iPad. I'm just going to be showing it off to you. New game, new version of Magic the Gathering. You might have played this game in the last 10 years. I remember playing it. I wasn't too big on the card games. They were kind of slow and required a lot of patience in fighting because you had to put down land cards and turn cards for mana and blah, 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 blah. But, you know, hey, now it's on the iPad. I figured it'd be a lot faster. Yeah, not really. It's actually just as slow as it always is. But if you love Magic the Gathering, then you'll love this iPad app. And the best part is it's absolutely free to download the initial stages. Of course, there's going to be purchase upgrades within the app. The other thing about this application, before we get into it too much, the application is 999 megabytes in size. That's 1 gigabyte. That means that if you've got a 16 gig iPad, you might need to take some stuff off. In fact, I had to take a couple movies off just to put this application on. It's a really large application. But if you're into Magic the Gathering, you'll love the game. Of course, you'll find a way to do it. Of course, if you have a 32 or 64 gigabyte iPad, you might have better luck finding 1 gig to use for this game. All right. It's really simple. There's many different settings in Magic the Gathering here campaign. You can do a regular campaign, you can do a multiplayer, you can do a custom game, and of course you can unlock the full game. Many different extras. And then of course, if you're brand new to this game, you can go through the tutorial so you get an idea of what's going on. We've already gone through the tutorial. I've actually played a couple games here. We're going to start here. I'm going to be playing, let's see, his name's Talrand. And of course, we've got 30 cards unlocked here. We're going to start the duel. So basically, it's just like Magic the Gathering. You get a set of cards. They deal you deal out a certain amount of cards to begin with. I have 4 land cards, and I have three different type of attack cards. So of course, he just put down a land card, and he's putting on this Sleight of Hand card, which basically will zoom in. I think we can zoom it in. Oh, we can't. Let's try that again. Whoops. We tried to zoom it in. Of course, I can zoom in my cards by just double tapping on them, and I can say, okay, when zoomed in, you can select more info to see this, and I'm going to say, okay, this is just basic land card. This is what I'm going to put down. So I'm going to put this down into my area, being my turn, and then, of course, I'm going to try and put something else down because it's not in my phase, I guess. So I guess I passed my turn. He's going to put down a land card. And then, of course, put in this Sleight of Hand once again. Let's see if we can zoom in. There we go. So basically, this is the Sleight of Hand. Look at the top 2 cards in your library. Put one of them into your hand and the other in the bottom of your library. So he's doing that to do some poisoning. Once you put some land down, then you start turning cards and putting down monsters to attack you. In this game, we have 20 points each, and of course, the first player to lose all their points loses, and the other person wins. So it's great. It's a great strategy game, poisoning people in and going from there. My turn again, and I just got a new card here called Fiery Hellhound, which will give me 0.10 at the end of my turn. I don't think I could put that in right now. I need 3 mana there, and of course, so I basically can now put down a second card. Now I have 2 mana. Now I can take that Pirate Charger and put him right into the game and actually either attack a card or attack the player. And of course, we see the attack just like with a graphical version of chess or something like that. So basically, I've just dealt him 1 point of damage. So Talrand is at 19 and I'm at 20. And of course, if I keep this up, I could win the game. It's a fun game for those of you who like to play these types of card games. For me, I like to collect the cards. That was pretty much it for my Magic the Gathering. Once again, the name of this application is called Magic the Gathering. You can find it in the App Store absolutely free with some in-app purchases to upgrade to a full version. If you love podcasts like I do, I listen to podcasts all the time. In fact, iPad 365 is in an audio version and a video version, which you can catch over the audio version over at Stitcher Internet Radio. Check it out. Stitcher Internet Radio is a great way for you to get your podcasts lined up. And unlike some other podcatchers on an iPad or an iPhone, you can actually listen to one podcast of your favorites, and when that podcast is done, it automatically goes to the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. Great stuff. It's easy to find your favorite shows on Stitcher Internet Radio. Like, for instance, we'll say iPad 365 and in the search, and we'll find that. It's going to come up with iPad 365 audio. I can press on that, and I can start listening to previous episodes of iPad 365. I can put it into my favorites list, and then once again, it goes right down the list. When after one show's over, the next show starts. So I don't have to search for new podcasts, new episodes of those podcasts. Plus, with Facebook integration, you can let people know what you're listening to so they can listen to it as well. To get this application and possibly win yourself $100, go over to Stitcher.com/geek. Stitcher.com/geek. Enter in your email address and download the application for iOS, for BlackBerry, for Android, or for WebOS, and you could win yourself $100 at the end of the month. Good luck from folks at iPad 365 and Stitcher Internet Radio. All right, that is the episode for today. Thank you very much for watching and, of course, listening if you do listen to the audio version. My name is Jeffrey Powers. You can find me at Twitter, iPad365. You can find me on email, iPad365show@gmail.com. And, of course, the website, iPad-365.com. All right, we're going to be back in 24 when we're going to show you how to create release forms on your iPad, a great little application. We'll see you in 24 when it will be another episode of iPad 365. Jeffrey Powers here, and once again, you guys geek out. You should follow Graphite on Twitter at GraphiteINC.